Ooh, he wears glasses.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
different.
I'm saying,
Well,
I'm
put your glasses on so we all wear them.
yeah.
Well, it's peer pressure, number one, but number two, at least two of you I don't recognize. So I figured, well, then I'll do the same. I know Annie. I would know Annie on Google Maps. I would.
You sent him another check, didn't you? Yeah,
I
I
think she
knew it.
did.
He just
I
loves
knew it.
me for me. What can I
I
say?
do.
I know.
Okay, so pre-show or off the air, so to say, Pam showed us her cup, which had puzzle pieces on it, and it says "until all the pieces fit." Do you know this reminded me of the very first major uh, nonprofit organization I started promoting, and it was all because of Greg.
Really?
Greg, you don't recognize the puzzle piece?
No, I do. I do
Okay.
very well.
Yeah, it's Autism Speaks.
Yep.
It was the very first commercial TMV ever ran promoting such kind of organizations. So yeah, it always means something to me when I see it. In fact, you know what? Now that I think about it, when we redid the web page, I don't think it made it on the web page. I need to make sure it gets up there because I'm very big on that. You know, between that and Strokes, man, those are the two major organizations I really do support because, you know, I mean, it means a lot to us.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't even think I have the original. We had TV spots and the whole bit, and I don't even know where I would find those now.
Man, having that and adding it to one of these would be awesome.
Oh yeah,
Right.
But I know the commercial still runs on the station
Oh.
because I heard it today.
the audio
Yes.
version.
Yes. So we do have the audio version that still runs, and I like that. So, real quick, for those who don't know who this man is right below me, let me introduce you to him in another format, like this.
That's a beautiful picture.
Well, at least he's got pants on.
Right? He doesn't have his pants off this time.
They're not even hearing the song.
You got to hear the song. I lip sync it perfectly.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, much like Wolfie, it's hard to tell it's me because I'm wearing pants. Wolfie, if you didn't ask her to hold up that and the thing with the coffee mug, I'm not saying she's not all about the cause, but that's one of 7 she has laid out in front of her.
Oh yeah, I mean, goodness, you've got
like 7 different. Ever see one of those like xylophone players that got like all the instruments going at once? That's the way she is with coffee cups.
You need to pay attention. She has the Save the Chihuahua Foundation on one of those cups.
Is there one for Honey Boo Boo?
Yes, I knew somebody would get her on that one.
One for Honey
Not
Boo
going
Boo?
there, Greg.
That one night, I don't even have to remember it. He did it for me.
Thank you, Greg. You're still gonna get it later. Ass.
So, for those who want to know what's going on, okay, now we've had Greg on in the past for serious shows and funny shows. And
Right.
one of the serious ones I loved, which is in the audio version, and you can find that in the archives on TMV Cafe's Facebook or web radio station page. Man, I cannot speak tonight.
It's okay.
It's a Monday. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
telling you. Starting Mondays. But the what was I saying?
There's something on an audio page. I was serious once.
Oh yes, Ireland. Talking about your trip to Ireland.
Oh yeah.
That was
You didn't take me?
He didn't.
He didn't take me either.
Well, you know what? I take it back. Didn't you say you took her in spirit?
She's always with me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Anyway, but tonight we do have some things we're going to bring in, and there's one thing I did not find, Greg. I could not find that compilation of all the other haunted events.
Yeah, I don't even remember which show it would be in.
Yeah, I kind of was spending the time before trying to scan through looking for it.
Well, we have the main one, right? The one that we're disputing.
We have two of the main ones. Yes.
Okay. All right.
The only thing is I did get a special message that I have to put on the show, and we're going to put it up like this so we could see it. So it's interrupted here. And let's get it in. This is a word from your mother.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this important message from your mommy.
Oh, it's just so nice meeting your new girlfriend tonight. Please tell me that you wore clean underwear. Oh dear God. What if you got into a fender and you're driving her home and, oh my God, if the paramedics had to expose your dirty, tidy whities? When I took over her cell phone, just flipped right out that window so she didn't have to show her girlfriend her boo-boo and he's on TikTok. I just want grandchildren. Is that so wrong?
Yeah. Music sounds familiar? It should, folks. That is the episode that just released today.
Really?
We do a special thing with the Funky Wear Pig. If you're a subscriber, you get it on Thursday. You get the whole jump on everybody.
Wait,
but then the rest of the world gets it on Friday.
I am a subscriber, but it said it released 5 hours ago.
Huh. You're a subscriber? Really?
Yeah.
You watch my crap? That's funny.
Well, nobody else watches mine. I got to watch something.
Right.
I've never met a person who subscribed to my show. This is cool. Annie.
I already had.
You
I
what?
was gonna go around announcing things.
You subscribe too?
Yeah.
Two. He knows two.
I'm looking at somebody else now.
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to hide behind.
I'm not even a subscriber. That's fun.
I got my
She's
coffee.
gonna
Thank you,
hide
guys.
there it goes. She's hiding behind the coffee cup.
But yes, it's available today and all weekend and for the rest of your lives.
Yeah. So for those who don't ever know, they got to check it out. Real quick, I do have to mention, though, for you guys that don't know, please give us some support and love on our Patreon page. There's a way that you can actually spend 30 minutes with an interview with me. You interview me. And if it goes well, we can actually record it and have it air on, right here on the YouTube's pages and, have some
I
fun.
know
with it.
all about them. If you want to ask me anything.
Yeah.
See, that's the twist you want. Everybody, don't come on. Don't do the thing to interview EW. If you're going to do the Patreon thing, interview Annie about EW.
Oh.
That's the dish. That's all. That's the full meal right there.
I'm
I'm going to do that. How do I go to the Patreon page, right? How do I find that?
Just simply go to patreon.com/TMV Cafe Radio. And, you can.
It's there at the bottom.
Yep. Streaming across the bottom here. And, check it out and see what you can do. We do have things set up to help do it. And what it does is it's not really, like to line somebody's pocket. It's really more of support for the station because we want to keep it going and getting bigger and better for everyone and keep improving the sites because, Greg, I got it. I finally can say it. I'm almost done. We're going to start an Electric Wizard show that'll be aired here on YouTube as well. That brings back the old style, but with indie music, MTV version.
Really?
Okay, so the Electric Wizard or whatever used to be something back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was a master DJ who would sit down, but just like your top 40 shows and all the other kind of radio shows and all the serious radio shows, whatever, he would play only indie music. And he'd do it for a couple hours during the day. You're telling me he's going not just radio, he's doing MTV video style.
Yep.
So you're going to be like, what are those guys' names? The original MTV videos. You're going to be like Downtown Julie Brown.
Oh, I was going for Casey Kasem.
Did he do videos?
I really don't think so.
I don't think he was on MTV either. My memory.
No, but I know he was on TV because he was the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
He
So,
was.
Really?
yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, the voice is Shaggy. I'm thinking Scooby. Sorry. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's the original voice of Shaggy.
Well, I grew up on Scooby Doo.
I did too. So,
My parents told me about it.
told you about it? Uh-huh.
See, EW saw like Nick at Night. I saw the original, so yeah, I'm dating myself.
What is Nick at Night?
Nick
It's
at Night. It's all those old
Nickelodeon.
old TV cartoon shows.
Yeah, it's Nickelodeon. It's all the old
They're like-
cartoon stuff, but Nick at Night is when it's X-rated.
I'm guessing you
Nick
had
at
to
Night
have.
is extra. Oh, anyway, I saw
Scooby-Doo
the-
After Dark.
Oh my God! I'd hate to see
Zoinks.
what that was like. Yeah. All right. Controversial topic, but we have to talk about this because it is part of the show, and apparently enough to make Pam run away. Whoa!
She's out of coffee.
I guess so. An orb. Annie, how do you feel about orbs?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. I have seen some, gosh darn it, they're just dust or bugs or something.
Okay.
But some of these things that if they actually not okay, bugs do fly around funny, okay, but I don't know how to put it.
Okay, that is her scientific way of describing an orb. Well,
It's-
you know,
Some people describe things different ways. Some people use their words. Some people can draw a picture, and some people, like Annie, do interpretive dance.
there you go. Well,
I got it.
so we know per most scientific versions, they talk about orbs being more of dust, or as you said earlier, bugs. Now, Greg, the reason we have him on tonight is because we actually do have footage of an orb. He got it, but it was an accident. It wasn't supposed to happen. So before I show the video, set us up with what we're going to be seeing here and how it came about.
Okay, we at the No Pants Zone, which we've been running out of for a long time. Down the hallway, that way, is the studio bathroom, and weird things started happening in it a long time ago, just in the bathroom, and this was back in the early TMV Cafe days. We had this demonologist, special paranormal investigator investigate my bathroom. And am I allowed to say what he says? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, because this I mean, he blurted this out, and it was live, so it was like, he, after his examination, told me, "You got Satan in the shitter." So that was his expert opinion. So I don't use that bathroom anymore. I make my boy childs use that one because they'll take Satan right down. He'll run out of there. Those boys are nasty. So long story even longer. A couple years ago, we started doing the video, the YouTube version of the Funky Werepig, brought it back, and now the weird stuff is happening here in the studio. And I brought in, I mean, weird stuff. I didn't get to, we couldn't find the clip, but we have, I've had guests that I'm talking to, and at the same time, we both hear, what would you call it, a disembodied voice?
Yes.
We heard the same voice at the same time, and you can see us both react. It's probably in our Halloween, this past Halloween Funky Werepig show. You can see us both, just like, what the hell was that? And then there's another one which is embarrassing. I'm talking, I'm doing an opening, and as I turn slightly, I see somebody walk behind me. And I think it's one of the boy childs. You know, they have setups around to help with the show. So I thought they walked behind me, and I looked, and there was nobody there. So I did what you're supposed to do when something like that happens. I tried to punch it, which
you actually see in the video too, the actual see, this is the thing. He's doing this recording for the show, and it actually is happening. So he responds instantly with a natural reaction, thinking somebody's there. You can see it. And then the same with the clip that I was talking about earlier with him and his guest. They both heard the voice.
Yeah, so it's I wish I was that good of an actor that I could have faked it, but it scared the hell. I was expecting somebody there. When I saw it was nothing, my first reaction was, well, then punch it. And that makes sense. It's always best. You know, they use crosses and holy waters. No, just punch a ghost. They hate that.
Now, you mentioned the bathroom being haunted. Where did you get that from?
Just different activity would happen in there. Different noises. The toilet would flush by itself randomly. I mean, it wasn't like a leaky toilet or anything like that. I'd be here alone, and you can hear it all the way down the hall, and it would flush, and you think, okay, well, I guess somebody's using it. And then you go down the hall, and there's nothing. But the weirdest one, which had me bring in the expert, was, it's nitpicky, but I am obsessive about certain things. And there is a right way and a wrong way to put the toilet paper roll in.
Exactly.
How do you do it, Annie? I hope we're compatible. Yes, up and over. So you can just pull the sheet and it rolls. You don't reach behind and pull it that way.
Stupid.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
So you roll it up and over. So sometimes when the boys were younger, they'd mess up and just throw it up there in a hurry.
But they put it on there. That's good.
At least they put it on there. They'd miss the toilet completely because they're boys.
Oh, God.
But at least they put the toilet paper roll in correctly. So I'm in the house by myself. A lady love had taken the boy childs somewhere for the weekend, a long weekend. And so I had the house to myself. I go in the bathroom, and the toilet paper is the wrong way. So, being anal retentive, I turned it around, fixed it, came back, still working on the shows, whatever. Go back about an hour later, it's turned the other way again. I'm the only one in the house.
That would piss me off.
So I fixed it again. This happened 2 or 3 times over the weekend, and I'm the only one at home. That ghost was a punk. That was, and then when I found out it was Satan, that was even like, wow.
Well, I'm curious because, you know, we got a guest here who, you know, can tell you that things like, you know, disembodied voices or you're being watched, could somebody astral project turning that toilet paper around?
Yes, definitely they could. They could. And I know one person in particular who is a paranormal bathroom expert.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. She is, let's just put it this way. When she passes away, she's heading right for my bathroom.
Oh God.
I know this for a fact. She's going to book ass right for my bathroom, show her VIP ticket, and just sit.
Interesting. And I'm noticing that Miss Karen here is not saying anything. No?
No.
Okay. She don't want to talk to us. Okay. Well,
Has she seen orbs? Has she been?
I was going to ask that, but if we're not getting responses from her, I guess we're not going to find out.
Oh, so it's well. Yes.
Yeah. By the way, we lost Pam because they are under tornado threat right now.
Oh no!
Yeah, I just got the private message about that. So for everybody
God.
that's in that area, please be careful. The worst tornadoes are the ones at nighttime.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
And she just happens to be in Kansas. So if we end up finding out she's in Oz next, we'll know why.
My sister-in-law lives in Kansas, and Tom. Well, of course, he's originally from Arizona,
Right.
but he also lived with his sister and her husband and stuff. When Tom goes out and looks at the sky with this look on his face, that's when I get scared.
Because he knows it. He knows.
He knows.
I do watch the radars, and I check things through my apps and stuff because I want to be sure myself. I mean, I was supposed to have a major surgery one morning. We're up at 4:00 in the morning getting ready to go to the hospital, and I heard what sounded like a freight train, but we weren't warned of any kind of severe weather like that. And I told Stella, man, that really sounds like a tornado. But she told me, no, it can't be. We're not even there's no rain outside. So no. Well, what we did find out when went after surgery and stuff, and I got home, I found out that we actually did have a tornado go overhead.
Wow.
And it
That
was
is one thing I've never seen.
well,
They
4:00 in
probably
the morning. I didn't see it either.
I have a horrible tornado story. If we have time, do we have time?
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
We're going to get to your orb here in a second.
Cool. Yeah. And the only other thing I have to describe with the orb real quick is I'm not a big believer in orbs. I think they're the get out of jail free card on paranormal shows when you haven't found anything in a dusty basement for an hour.
Right.
You run that footage at the end and go, see, we got an orb at least.
Yeah.
No, you didn't get anything today. But you got a deadline. You got to put a show out. So
Yeah.
my favorite ones are the shows that put an orb around the orb. So you notice the orb.
Yeah.
They're always good.
You see this?
But for those who actually see an orb they can't explain, it's freaky. It's pretty freaky.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just talking about all the.
It's interpretive dance again. She's going to do it.
I can't. I'll keep my hands.
No, you won't.
No, seriously though, I have seen. I'm trying to think of what I was watching, and actually, I think it was on I had DVR'd something, and it came out. I believe it was a jail or something like that, or a penitentiary, and it came out. A whole crap load of orbs, and just turned the corner, and it's like that. To me, is real. We're not talking about some malls flickering around and whatever. What?
I don't know. It looked like I have a close up. Scared the hell out of me. I've never seen myself with glasses. We went to Gettysburg. We live near Gettysburg, and EW and I talk about this all the time. I'm going to get you guys out of here, and we're all going to do an investigation out there.
It takes me 45 minutes the way I drive to get there, darling.
Oh, good God. I do not want to be on the roads while you're driving now.
Oh, my car goes on autopilot.
Well, we live the same distance away. My wife can get there in 10 minutes. So
Jeez. I really don't want to get on the roads
yeah,
anymore.
You live anywhere near Chambersburg or Fayetteville or?
I could. I could.
No, wait, but Andy, didn't you say a couple of weeks ago that you cannot go to Gettysburg right now because they're doing something?
Oh well, no, they have closed down Little Round Top and Devil's Den.
Oh,
Their Devil's Den will be about 6 months, but Little Round Top's going to possibly be a year and a half.
what are you doing? Dusting the big rocks? They're big rocks. Leave them
No,
alone.
it has eroded so bad and
Oh.
stuff. And
Well,
they're
they're
going to be
rocks.
fixing the road and things like that. I know it broke my heart because actually Wednesday was our 20th anniversary. We were Tom was going to take off. Was it Wednesday? Whatever the 20th. Yeah, 2 days ago, Wednesday. And he was going to take off and we were going to go up there. And because that's really special to us. We got married there and that Little Round Top is extremely special to me. And it broke my heart. It's like I can't go. But he had gotten sick the previous week and stuff, so he was off work for a while, so he couldn't take off anyway.
Please, oh please, oh please, tell me you did.
It's my girl.
Can you
Please.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't help but it.
I just heard my favorite guy was going to be on tonight, and I just couldn't resist.
That's the bathroom expert I was telling you about.
I knew that. I had that feeling.
Yeah. Annie, please tell me real quick that when you traded wedding vows, you did yours an interpretive dance.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So we are in Gettysburg at the it's called the wheat field, and there's a tree when you first pull up to the wheat field. It's a solitary tree, and this is the freakiest orb thing I can think of. We had friends from out of state visiting. It was getting to be nighttime, and but still light enough that you could see the whole field. And our friend was videotaping the one solitary tree. When you looked at her tablet, you could see orbs flying around it. So I thought she was picking up lightning bugs or something. I walk up to the tree. There's nothing. There's nothing. So we were doing it where she would hold up the tablet and you would see them. Put it down and there's nothing there. Hold up the tablet and you could see them just swirling around the tree. Put it down, nothing there. It was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that.
I know certain cameras pick up certain fractions of light and so forth, but nothing I could think of that would describe that to happen just for that particular tablet. I mean, you mean?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at. I have my photos of Gettysburg. That I love going up there at night. I don't know if you can still do it, but I've got one. If I take it off the wall, it's going to rip off the wallpaper. But hang on.
Don't do that.
Well, don't do that.
I don't really care. I need it painted anyway. So
Okay.
Oh, I see. There's a
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah. So in the orb that I guess we're going to show, EW?
Yes, we got right here now.
This here, we have a legendary horror host that comes on the show. His name is Grody Wales. And Grody runs a show for us. And sometimes we do comical highlights of things. And on this episode, we were actually making fun of orbs. Right. That some of these shows you watch, you could tell it's a dude with a flashlight behind a tree. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we were making fun of that. While we were recording, we went back and looked at the footage. And this is in the entranceway, actually, of how you get down to the No Pants Zone Studios.
Right.
So you got to come down these stairs, and then we're down in the lower level. We were just kind of playing around. I had one of the boy childs laying underneath the door with a flashlight, which you'll see in a second, blinking it on and off. And I'm playing a French guy who is just shocked by what he's seeing. And then I open the door, and the joke is there's nobody there. We turn on the lights, and there's nobody there. Who could have done that? And of course, if you're smart, you just lower the camera, and he's at my feet with a flashlight. But
Right.
you shoot it over his head. So we're trying to set up this joke. When we look back at the footage, you'll see it. Out of nowhere, this orb manifests and comes out of the wall and flies right past my head.
And
I didn't see it when it happened, and we didn't notice it until we looked at the footage.
Okay, so you were gonna. That was just gonna ask that. So here, let's take a look at the footage. We'll hear the audio too.
Mon Dieu! C'est pas le mouche de la plage. Quelle horreur! Parfait! Hello? Hello?
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll just go off with the volume, but I'm gonna bring it back to, so you could see that sucker just come right out of nowhere.
Yeah. If it was a bug or something, I think I would have seen it fly past my head. There's other people, of course, behind me. And Boy Child 2.0 is laying at my feet. And we didn't see anything. I mean, it comes right out of the middle of the wall.
Literally, it does. This is where the spot where it comes from, and there was nothing there. You could tell. There's no. It's not a bug. It's not.
Yeah,
anything.
that does not look like a bug.
It does this like little curveball move, and it flies right past my head. We did not see it until we were going through the footage to edit the skit together. And I just thought it was hilarious that knowing how much the No Pants Zone screws with me and how certain powerful psychics who invade bathrooms screw with me, that the one time, I mean, I've been doing this stuff for decades. The one time I'm doing a skit making fun of orbs, they throw a real orb at me.
Is it me or does anyone else see like smoke up right in this area?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mist up there.
I didn't even notice that. Is that me or is that on your TMV Cafe thing?
I'm thinking it's on the TMV Cafe thing.
I didn't notice
Yeah, it
that
is.
before.
I've never seen that before.
It was there earlier when you told
Now
me.
you got it. You got
No, it
ghost
wasn't.
herpes.
Was it? No, Renee.
It's
You
herpes.
ghost herpes.
Oh my
Yes, you've got
God.
ghost herpes. Now you got. I just gave it to you.
Thanks. Last thing I needed. But still, okay. So I've run this through filters and stuff, and you're right. This is not a bug, especially since you said it came right at your head. You know, when a bug flies by your head, you hear that. Bzz, you're just. That's it. You do all kinds of crazy dance.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, even at that, look at the direction that it goes. It's almost like it just right up there. And so,
Yeah. If it came lower from around the corner, I'd say, okay, freaky bug's trying to get out now that the door's open.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's right there.
it
It's-
just appears. It's not.
And there's no lens flare anywhere else in the picture. There wouldn't be I can't think of a reason why lens flare would manifest and just fly at me and then curve around my head. Lens
Now-
flares just usually go in a straight line, or
Right.
you know what I mean?
I have to ask you one question.
Yes.
Your lighting. Where is the light for this hallway?
The light in the hallway is actually
Is it like one of those up above lights?
yeah, it's up in the ceiling, but there's a lip. There's a lip. So it would probably be where, see the one big lighthouse in the
Yeah.
picture?
This one or this one?
Yeah, in the middle. If you went straight up, yeah, more to the right. Yeah, keep going. It's probably about there.
Okay, so watch this area and watch the lighting of it. Notice it's getting brighter as it gets up there towards the light, which tells me it's a little more of a solid object. But the problem with it is we can't determine the, obviously not a bug. We can rule that one out because as it comes out of the wall, there's nothing there, right? Renee, did you see that?
Right. Yes. No, you're right.
I mean, it just appears, and it almost like leaves a little spot behind as it comes out. At certain points, as it comes around here, it is see-through, which gives you that instant detail that that's not a bug. There's no way. But then it just continues to get brighter as it gets up towards the light, which was my question in the beginning. Well,
here's the thing: the light is actually underneath, so it's not getting.
There's a ledge there, and it's underneath that ledge.
Yes.
Okay.
The light is up inside the ceiling.
So it's going down the landing more. It's going down the steps.
Yes, it would be coming down. Like everybody can see where the hell I'm pointing.
Yeah, he's like, right here.
It's actually, if you're looking down the stairs, the light is in the ceiling by the right wall.
By this wall.
Yeah. So if you kind of keep drawing a line from that right wall to where the lip is,
guess what? I can do that. So if I draw a line from here.
Yeah. Right about there. Okay, if you stop there, if you went a little further into the hallway, a little further, and then go up.
And then up?
Yeah, it's in the ceiling there.
In that little thing, there's a wall right there, right? That's a wall.
Yeah, so it's up in the lip.
Behind that wall and in the ceiling of that wall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be right up in that corner.
In the same area as where the orb is. So where your arrow is, in your red line where you're stopping there, it's on the other side of that little wall.
Yes.
Well, then this should not be, if that's the case, this should not be lighting up as bright as it does.
Right. If that was dust or if it was a bug or anything like that, it would not be lighting up. It would not be catching. It should not be getting brighter. Okay. Yeah. So what it's telling me is that it's it's an orb, okay, and it's not dust because of where it's coming from. If it were dust from the carpeting or anything like that within the room or even off clothing, right? It wouldn't be.
We don't wear clothing when we shoot.
You don't have belly button lint?
It could have been that.
It could have been that. So, all right. So then maybe I got to debunk your, but what I'm.
Did you just say debunk my butt?
That, yeah, debunk. I'm gonna.
She said, "I just have to debunk your butt." Where do you think my belly button lint is?
I don't know, but maybe there's a crack somewhere that might have some lint too. So I don't know.
Oh my god!
But
this is why we can't have nice things.
So you started it.
Now it will
to come out of the wall. It is appearing to come out of the wall, and it's going up. So the light is under that ledge, under that wall, and back. So as this goes up in front of the ledge, it's getting brighter, which almost tells me that it's like going na 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 na. Because you were horsing around, but also mainly that it was also trying to do like maybe even a partial manifestation.
Yeah.
Let me pull in my inner Galbraith, and be my own skeptic. Mm-hmm. I also cannot verify with Boy Child 2.0 laying at my feet where he might have been shining the flashlight.
At this point,
No,
no, the flashlight would have
You
been
would have
off.
seen it though.
because-
You would have seen the beam
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, but also the point is, Greg, is if you go back, let's see, right before you look in the hallway, there's no flashlight. It's darkness. Then when you kick it on, there's still quite a few seconds before you kick on the light. So he's obviously already got the flashlight off.
Okay.
It's off. So this would not be a reflection from the light itself.
I don't trust that kid at all. So
But when I
Learning
find
well.
see right there, it's already starting to form. And what it kind of looks like is might be more than one. But we only see one. You see?
yeah.
Still,
I don't want a flock of orbs. I can barely handle the one. I don't want flock of orbs, which by
It
the way,
almost appears to me it's almost like that's where it came from, out of the wall.
you're taking the name of my band again.
I was going to say, there's no reason why the four of us can't go on the road.
Flock of orbs.
Yeah, EW, you're lead singing, and you've got the banjo. Renee's on tambourine. She's
Yeah.
just on tambourine. Annie, because of all of her movements, is this really cool combo. She's our drummer, but also our cage dancer,
Yes.
like in the old
What the
'60s when they
hell
used
world
to.
do you live in?
So we're in the new world. We're originating all kinds of stuff, and I will play the spoon. Just the one spoon, not two. I can't handle that. I play one spoon, and I wear an athletic supporter, and I bang it on that.
Nice.
And we're going on the road as Flock of Orbs.
Beautiful.
All right, Greg. Set us up for this clip.
Okay.
Now I have to support him on this because if anyone remembers Paranormal's earlier days, we did do not on this particular topic that you're going to hear here, but we did do a show on the Illuminati, and crazy things like this did happen.
So here's a fun fact. Okay, so here's one of my favorite people. This is Tanya van der Leuze-Huizen. And she is a paranormal expert from Memphis. She's been doing this for about 20 years and works with the ghost hunters and all those people. She's amazing. So after the No Pants Zone started getting all this activity, I sent her a bunch of the stuff. She researched it, and I had told her that I had been dumping holy water in the toilet down there and then flushing it. That's my best way I thought I could fight it. And she said, I'll use a different phrase than what she said. My dumb butt might have forced those things out of the bathroom and into the No Pants Zone. So I screwed up. And as we're talking, she's in Memphis. I'm in Pennsylvania. As we're talking, and as you see, I'm well protected. Fun fact, we had just come off of one of our favorite mutual topics, this evil psychic we know who always haunts my bathroom. And we were just finishing talking about her, and Tanya was about to tell me more things to freak me out, because I'm easily freaked out. That just because, I mean, when you think of all the people that have died across the world, you can't go anywhere that there hasn't been a dead person near you. Blah blah blah, and people, blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that. So she was about to tell me some kind of theory that just because she lives in Memphis and Elvis lives in Memphis doesn't mean she's going to be haunted by Elvis's ghost just because they're both in Memphis. She has no connection to Elvis. So, like these people, everybody who goes to Hollywood sees Marilyn Monroe's ghost everywhere. No, you don't. There's other people in Hollywood. You don't see, Marilyn Monroe has nothing to do with the In-N-Out burger you're eating in.
Yeah, right.
But so she was
I watched this full episode.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and
I'm sorry.
So what everybody sees here actually does happen. This isn't edited.
Yeah, this happens live.
Yeah.
This happens. I'm interviewing her during a show. This is actually during a show. She's my guest. We're talking. She's about to prove this point about Elvis, and I'll just let it speak for itself.
There we go. All right.
It is a little weird to think, and you know what? I'll freak you out even more. It's even scarier to think that there's the whole theory of I'll live in Memphis. Why would Elvis come through on a session if it is a little weird to think, and you know what? I'll freak you out even more. It's
So
even scarier to think.
You just said it to repeat
there's
on
the
this
whole
clip.
Theory of why would
Oh, no, it repeated on its own.
Elvis come through on a
Oh, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah,
Now, notice my technical expertise. Something screwed up.
Yeah, I just love your reaction here. Like,
Where'd she go? I'm like the dog when you have the ball and you go to throw up and put it behind your back, and the dog goes, "Yeah,
yeah,
look at that technical expertise.
yeah.
Where'd she go?"
But this actually happened, and I, you
Yeah, in the show.
like a champ, you pull it off and end the show. But I mean, and by the way, best comment ever. This just goes to show you don't talk about Elvis.
You don't mess with Elvis. Why would you mess with Elvis, especially if you live in Memphis?
Yeah.
So she just got finished saying she has no connection to him. Why would she even,
Yeah.
the chances of her running into the ghost of Elvis are slim and none, and yank,
Yeah.
her internet goes down.
Oh, and that I find very interesting too, because of the fact that it just perfect timing. I mean, it's just too perfect.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it didn't happen 20 minutes later or whatever. It was like, you almost could hear the echo of,
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Tanya has left the building.
There you go. Yes. But
Look at Renee, man. She's not even laughing at all.
no.
I am
She's sitting there.
laughing.
She's not even budging. Look at her.
I know.
She's-
It's been one of those days where I'm not gonna. Yeah,
She's giving the chipmunk look. Oh.
I am.
She doesn't even blink. She freaks me out.
Or you know what? She gives me that same look every time I send her green gas clouds.
Oh my god!
I have no idea why, but I get that same look. Anyway, so hey, if you want to check out that full episode that we're talking about, where Tanya gets cut off, and some of the others that we could not find the clips for, but you will find them. They are here on the Funky Werepig Facebook page. Just go to golly, I keep doing that. I'm so sorry.
It's MySpace, man. It's MySpace. Get with the now.
Exactly. I was talking about MySpace yesterday, so yes. But no, on the YouTube, you can check out Women in Blues on there. You can check out a lot of great people in there.
Yeah, most of that scary stuff we put on the Halloween show. We had Courtney Gaines.
Yep.
Was our big guest for that. But
I remember that. And you asked him the one question I was going to hit him with when I interviewed him.
What's that?
The beard, man. The beard.
We had hung out a bit together like a week or so before that, and I hadn't seen him in forever. And walk in the room. He was doing a nearby convention in Gettysburg, which you can't go see the big rocks at Devil's Den anymore because they're polishing them.
Right.
And they walked in, and Courtney's sitting towards the back of the room because he never behaves. And he just had this beautiful beard, just total jealousy. I was like, dude. He was like, it's my COVID beard. He was doing all the rock and roll stuff. So he was like, I didn't have to shave. I'm doing, Ripple Street. So, but such a cool guy, good guy, amazing, just fun to talk to. And the coolest thing about Courtney is, he's like a movie star, He's been doing this for 40 years. He's been in major motion pictures, and talking to him, you would never know it.
Yeah.
He's just a guy. It's amazing. My ego, if I get more than 3 likes on any of my shows, I'm a snob for like 2 weeks. I'll order like a turkey club at the local diner, look at it and just go, take it back. I don't like the toothpicks.
Yeah, exactly.
But Courtney, he's a dude.
So here's what I've got for people to do. I want all y'all that are watching, even those that watch afterwards, go to the Funky Werepig page on YouTube, and I want you to comment Facebook. Don't comment anything else. Just put Facebook. He'll know what it is.
I was all excited for a second because you said said something about my Facebook page. I was like, I have one. Do I?
Yeah, I started that in the beginning, and you're like, "Do I have one?" I was like, "You know what?"
The boy childs don't tell me anything. I barely made it here. They give me Post-it. I have Post-it notes everywhere. You know me.
Yep.
I'm too busy thinking to be thinking. So the boy child's 2.0 in particular is in charge of my Post-it notes. So he puts them wherever I have to go. That sometimes I'll put up a Post-it note that says, "Look at the other one." So then I'll read that one.
That's good. That's good. I love that.
So I don't know. I think I have a Facebook page.
I know we do, and like I said, I was talking about MySpace yesterday, so I have problem with. But I have just slipped in with the tongue talk all day today, and I'm surprised that I can get most of my words out.
Is there still a MySpace?
Yes, there is. Actually, it is owned by, partially owned by Justin Timberlake, and they turned it into another source for musical artists. So
I had a MySpace account back in the day. I think before I had Facebook.
TMV has a MySpace account.
Yeah. Before that, I had a sandwich board. I would just wear it and walk up and down the streets. That's how I would do advertising.
No, wait. I think I remember a pogo stick. I take that back.
I would do that with the sandwich board and make it flap this way. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah, there you go.
Annie's done. Annie checked out about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She's like, the orb is BS. Your tin hat was stupid.
No,
I can't even go to Gettysburg.
Grocery store with the tin hat on, aluminum foil hat.
If you want to hear a show that'll make you die laughing,
talk about your Eric Gilbreth.
Yeah, the tin hat after party deal. Oh my God. This was one that we had to actually put one of the first disclaimers. Do not do this at home.
Yeah, as we were discussing tinfoil hats and how much they really help you and why you should wear them, or at least keep them with you at all times.
Yeah, we got really serious about that. I remember.
And then we started testing because Alan had said you can put aluminum foil in the microwave and it doesn't count as metal. Don't put metal in the microwave, but aluminum foil was created so you can put it in the microwave.
Which he actually said he did test, and then the next part was how you don't put eggs in the microwave.
Yeah. Then we started going through a whole list of what we can and cannot put in the microwave. And
do you know that is still to this point the most downloaded show?
We're nothing if not educational.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, we did have some interesting stuff happen on shows.
So real quick, because I know you guys are always on time constraints. Can I do
we have a time constraint?
I don't know. I remember in the old days, you would tell me the Funky Werepig, you can come on at 8 o'clock, and then by like 7 after 8, you were like, okay, you're done.
Well, the only reason we'd end early is because the battery on her.
I'm plugged into the wall today.
See, so you know.
Mom plugged me into the wall.
So the Werepig, and then you would say, well, all my shows are 7 minutes. And I'd go, oh, okay. And I'd sign off for the night. And then I'd look and everyone else has an hour-long show. And I'm like,
Hmm.
And you were like, well, because you're in a different time zone. You would throw all these different reasons at me.
Yeah, I still think your longest show was the Sherilyn Kenyon
That's probably.
show. Okay, not
Yeah.
special, because the one we did a couple of good specials. The one I still love, and yeah, I still joke about that part, but it was one of the best shows. Was the cigar box special?
Yeah, the live one. The
Yeah,
live. I was broadcasting live from this gigantic cigar box festival that went on every year, not too far from me. So it was nice. They gave me a table and a setup and everything. And it's also a gigantic, beautiful bookstore. It's called the York Emporium. And I think they're still around. But they, so people would come in and buy all kinds of books, but there'd be stages all over the place outside, and people signing autographs. We're doing this live radio remote show, and EW's favorite moment, and we've come full circle again. What was we had somebody who was enjoying the show and the broadcast and the books come up, and fans would come up and say things and interact with me. And what did the one nice old lady share with us?
excuse me, where's the bathroom? He's like, excuse me?
Right in the middle of the broadcast. On the radio live, interviewing people, whatever, she just comes up, excuse me, where's the bathroom?
Yes.
I've just been going right here, lady. You're more than welcome to join me.
Oh no, he was sweet to
I
her.
sent her.
He's right over there.
I know you did. I know you did. I immediately, and you can see it on the air. See it on the air. She comes up, asks for the bathroom, and I go, Renee. Looking all around. Look around. I know she's around.
So tell us, what was it that you want to mention?
Oh, no, I was going to ask each of you before you boot me off. So it's gotten to the point, I mean, the toilet paper roll thing was weird. That was just weird.
That's unexplainable. I mean, look, my mother-in-law, in the house that she was in after my father-in-law passed, one day got up and found the toilet paper stretched out from, now it's on the wall across the way, and stretched out all the way out into the hallway, still attached to the roll, mind you.
That's
And
the.
she rolls it back up and then comes back and it's done again.
And then
Nobody else in the
no cat or anything like that.
Nope. So to hear, this is the second time in history that I've heard anyone say something strange with the toilet paper.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was knocked around. It was just flipped.
Yeah.
And by the second time you're doing it, you're like, okay, I'm the only one here. And then it happened a couple more times over the course of the weekend. I'm like, you're just a jerk. You're just a jerk. You're picking on people with OCD. That's not funny. That's not funny. And then but I don't know enough about plumbing to know about the random toilet flushes. Maybe a bad toilet does that sometimes. I don't know when no one else is around. But it was full flush. It wasn't like it just was running. It was the full kaboosh.
Yeah. I wish you had contacted or told me about this part at least a week in advance. I could have contacted one of the guys from Ghost Hunters, because what's his name? Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, quite a rooter.
Oh, Jason. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, Grant and Jason. They were. That's right. They were Roto-Rooter. But look, I pulled in one excerpt before, and he told me I had Satan in the shitter. So I don't want to mess with anything else.
Well, I'm thinking that was Renee. That had to have been,
I've never called her Satan.
I didn't say you did. I'm just
called her a lot of S words. Never Satan. But so that's weird. But that was always down the hall. And in all honesty, I mean, we have a lot of fun and we goof around a lot. It's not rare now, especially in this area, that you can see shadows move on the wall. They'll go up into a corner and then that's it. But they're darker than the rest of the shadow. The shadow of the area. I was talking with Zombie Zach one time. I'm talking with Zombie Zach. We were recording a show together, from After Rot.
Right.
And I'm looking at him on Zoom, and he's looking at me. And right behind my ear, I hear, "Hey." And I don't see anything because I'm looking at him, and I hear, "Hey." And I turn around and look, and there's nothing there. And he sees my reaction and goes, "What the hell was that?" I said, "Did you just say hey?" He goes, "No." So there was somebody, like right behind me that says hey. And I wish we were recording that because that was freaky. Then we could have rewound it and seen if there was anything behind me at all. But we didn't have the record on button because we were still setting up. But he saw my reaction. I came out of the chair. I mean, that was nuts. So we've had weird things happen. The double voice that my buddy and I, Mike Holquist, he's a chef that I've had on the show. That we heard at the same time. He lives in North Carolina. I live in Pennsylvania. We hear the same voice at the same time. That's weird.
That's who the guest was. I could not remember who it was, but I knew I knew
Mike.
the guy. I just couldn't remember.
And I lost him as a friend. He'll never come back now.
No. He'll go back just when you're in a new house.
How long have you lived there?
I have lived here. That's easy to figure out. I have been here almost 20 years. And it was the original owner. These are fairly new places. The original owner lived here for about 5 years. So it's not that old of a place.
No, it doesn't mean it has to be the house. It could be the land. It could be anything like that.
Have you been doing any remodeling as of late?
Yeah. I mean, not as of late, but in the past couple of years we have, because we built out the whole thing.
Let's rephrase it. Have you done any around the times of the events?
I don't think so.
That would be my instant cue. But
we've disturbed something. Yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, really, I don't know. But then again, Tanya could tell you that I've had her and Steve when they were doing their show, and I was doing the production for their show. In the middle of their show, while they're interviewing a guest, you could hear disembodied voices.
Where is she? She's up there. She's up there now.
There.
She's up there. One of your best buddies and my big time secret crush.
I'm gonna tell her.
Don't. And I don't want anybody. I'm not even going to say Kalila's name. So I don't want anyone of you to know it. But I had a phenomenal paranormal expert from New Orleans, Kalila Smith. And if you've ever seen any ghost show or hauntings, Haunted New Orleans or whatever, Kalila is on every. You do not get in there unless you kiss,
the ring,
Kalila's hand, her ring. Yeah, you don't get in. So she's a bigwig and such an expert. And when she was on the show, one of my favorite topics with anyone in the paranormal is, what about that Renee? Because we all know her.
Always whines about me.
We all know about her. So we were talking about that one.
The bathroom.
Yeah, we were talking about that one up there. And as we're talking, as I'm talking to Renee, we're hearing whispering, or I'm hearing whispering. And I asked her a couple of times, I said, do you hear that? She was saying she didn't hear it on her end. I'm like, I'm hearing like jibber jabber. It didn't make any sense. I didn't hear words. But you just hear that like that. And then as we're talking, I hear I thought she was, I didn't do it. I thought she was just having like a bongo fit. You know those people from New Orleans. You never know when they're just going to break into song. So I just went, did you just beat on your desk? What's wrong? What's your deal? She's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, come on. come on. I mean, you could just hear it. Boom, boom. You know, and she said that she wasn't hearing anything on her end. It was all on my side, which I'm like, I'm not surprised, you know. And if Renee's going to bug one of us, she's not going to go down to New Orleans and bug Kalila. She's going to go get that wimp. So,
Yeah.
but she had told me that happens all the time when she used to do your show, Renee, that you guys would hear stuff all the time over the headset.
Yeah, her daughter, Stephanie, would come through.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep, Stephanie would come through on the shows.
We had Kalila on a little over a year ago.
Yeah, I remember her, of course.
Yeah, and I know that it in that video we did have some connection issues with her, if I recall right.
Yeah, we did too. We had a hell of a time hooking up because she would keep getting knocked out, fuzz out, and then we had to reboot again. But I just thought it was, it's New Orleans. They have a hurricane every other week. Zoom might have just said, not tonight.
Well, but we weren't doing it through Zoom either. I mean, it was a really weird connection. We got her like right, real time audio, but video was just no good.
She's another one of those. Oh, now you got the ghost herpes. Oh my God, Annie.
What?
Now you got it. Oh,
What?
the ghost herpes.
No, I don't.
EW. I gave it to EW and he just gave it to you. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It makes you tilt your head. Oh my God, you just did that. Yeah. But Kalila's another one. That's like that one up there. This one. They'd love to mess with you. She tells me like the most horrifying stories about New Orleans and all the things that have happened there and the things that she's seen personally and the things that have happened in its history, why this street is haunted, and et cetera, et cetera. And then we're talking and she says, oh, you got to come down and visit. You and your wife should come down for like a second honeymoon. You should come down. Oh, I'll show you. I'm like, are you nuts? You just got finished for 20 minutes telling me it's the scariest damn place on earth. And you're like, come on down here. Come on. Oh, it's great. You love it. You love it. No, I will not. What's wrong with you people?
I'll tell you, I had fun with her when she came up here. 3 years ago.
I remember all that.
She came up, she flew up and everything. Oh my God, I had so much. She is so much fun to mess with. It's not even funny.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the Adrian Blackwell. I thought that was your favorite one.
You remember Adrian?
I don't think she does that anymore. I think she's turned a new leaf. I think she was very helpful to people in a very specific area.
Yes.
She honed her psychic skills and I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because somebody else, some of those other people that know about it might say, "Ooh."
It's nothing like self-advertising.
Oh my God.
When we had her on the show, she was one of my favorite guests. I was enamored. I was crying during the show.
You were crying because you were holding back.
I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so damn hard.
No. Okay, we got to explain a little bit of this because for those who don't get it, Greg said, okay, I'm going to be as PG as I can be. And so when he says PG, the man was holding back. He was not putting out jokes. He was...
As an old stand-up comic, you got to read the room. If you get out there and you've got an R-rated show, you walk out and the front row is nothing but nuns, you better switch it up.
I wish I had the after footage of that because as soon as are we off the air? Yeah. He lets it all out.
I couldn't. I had a full diaper. I was so. I guess we should mention, just for the context of it, because she's doing incredible work now. She's doing
Yeah, she's doing a lot of like
brightness, brightness and happiness and healing and all kinds of incredible stuff. She's always had amazing talents, but when she started, she was a
sexual.
Sex therapist.
A sex psychic.
There we go.
She
Sorry.
was
Oh, is that
psychic.
the one?
Well,
Yes,
she's
but here's the
a
cool thing.
psychic and works
Yeah.
with a lot of your Hollywood stars and stuff like that.
Yes,
But
she
also focused on the sexual aspect of hauntings and stuff like that. So yeah,
right, but she gained her chops at the time. This is a long, long time ago. Being the sexual psychic to the stars,
yes,
big Hollywood stars, big. I mean, when she told me some of the names, I'm like,
yeah.
And then I couldn't wait to hear the rest of it. She could talk, communicate. She could hear and talk to people's private parts.
They're hoo-has.
They're ding dongs and hoo-has,
Yep.
and she could talk to them.
But mind you, okay, now this is coming from a 25-year stand-up comic who had the opportunity to really let loose, and he's all.
And I couldn't, because I knew if I went down that road, no.
Well, it's not like she put you on a table like you went to the OBGYN and started talking
no.
to her. You know, I mean,
No, I was doing a ventriloquist act.
read it. You just read it.
Okay,
You know,
all right.
Renee, she said stuff that I know he was itching because.
oh, no doubt.
Oh, I was dying. The one question I finally figured out, because I would have to keep tap dancing, like, I gotta ask this. And I would get, but how? What, you gotta fold it that way, and then maybe she'll understand what you're asking. Because I wanted to ask.
Her on my show, we just let loose.
I know, because you're not. You're uninhibited. And if you think for a second I didn't edit myself then, there were many. That was about the seventh word in my head. No, I asked her, I said, when did you first discover these powers? Were you like, was it like you were just walking down a park one day and there was some lady on the bench and you heard, hey, you over here, and you were like, yes, so I tried to figure out what's the, and she gave me, I almost don't want to say this because it's bragging.
I don't think
asked
we'll
her.
want to hear this.
I asked her.
Oh, it was nothing was bad in this whole episode.
Nothing bad, but it's still bragging. I asked her if while we were doing the interview, if she could interview Mr. Winky while we're here.
He did.
While we're here, does he have anything to say? Just curious. And
he did.
She gave Mr. Winky a psychic reading. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and immediately, honey, I'm coming home.
Yeah. My lady love is always the den area. She likes to watch all of her British baking shows on Netflix. She watches them all down with Prue and Paul. The cake was a bit stodgy. She watches all those shows down.
Oh, I know you've been watching, if you can say those words.
Oh, yeah, I got to support the lady love. Oh, Dutch Crumb. How did they do that?
Yep.
So she's about 2 rooms down in a den area, and so I'm sitting there talking, getting my psychic Winky reading, and she tells me this is like a good decade ago. Sometimes I want to call her and go, "You're amazing." She said she was talking about how as men get older, it gets tired. It's tired. It's done its job. It's tired. And she said it wants to let you know that it's going to be here long after you go.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's still going to be.
And I
Yeah,
said, poor Sam.
yeah. And I just went, really? She's like, yes, it will be here long after you're gone. And I just went, hold on a second. I was like, honey, I got great news for you. And then I heard the door shut and lock. So
Yeah.
I should interview her again, though. She's a cool lady. Number one overall, she's just a cool lady, but an amazing talent. And she's one of those people who has amazing psychic talent and uses it for good.
What are you talking about? You're looking at Annie. Annie, what did you do?
No, I'm
He's
doing
had
a
a
big
crush
shot.
on Annie all day today.
I didn't do anything.
No, I'm looking at the other one. I'm looking at the one who doesn't blink.
Ah.
Well,
Yeah.
you
People,
know,
I'm just saying
everything.
some people with amazing psychic abilities use their powers for good.
I do use mine for good. Just because I freak you out doesn't mean that you gotta, freak
He's just
everybody else
messing
out.
with you.
No, but just like on your orb and everything. And what a lot of people need to understand, first of all, there's transients, right? We have transient spirits. They come in our home, they leave our home, they pop into businesses, they pop in our cars. It's all they're not there to stay. They just come and go, and you don't even have anything to do with them. You know what I'm saying? That you don't even have to have known them, or they don't even have to be a part of. So a lot of it too depends on ley lines and the meridians and water near your property. That can have a lot to do with it too. But also, I mean, if we think about it, the weather's been crazy, right? So if it's storming or we're going to get, stormy weather, that will amplify. And
but how does
contact
what about stuff?
The weather change the toilet paper around?
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. But
that's not a transient. That's someone who was
somebody
staying.
who knows you, who's busting your chops.
Yeah, who could that be?
No, not me.
Were you touching my toilet paper? Do you touch my toilet paper?
I did touch your toilet paper.
Well, let me take a moment to give that promotion back to the Electric Wizard for a moment.
Yes.
We are in the process of working on getting guests lined up for the show as well. So we will do interviews. So it'll be kind of Greg's favorite version of like Free Pie meets the Electric Wizard. And I'm working on getting this wonderful lady. Now, none of y'all recognize her or know who she is, do you?
No.
Her name is Lauren Allred. You might know her as the singing voice to this lady.
That second lady is a lot bigger than the first lady.
Well,
she's gigantic.
That's the lady from The Greatest Showman. The song Never Enough.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Allred is the actual singer. She's the voice that you hear in the movie. It's not this lady. She lip sings it. This lady is the actual voice. And we are working on, solidifying a deal to have her on the show as well. So that'll be coming.
So you'll basically be playing
a mix.
You're switching to videos.
Yeah.
And you are, but still doing
interviews.
Basically, you're a VJ instead of a DJ.
Works for me.
Yeah. Well, that's what they used to call it. When DJs were with the record discs.
Right.
And then when MTV and everything came out, you were a VJ because it was videos.
My mind is still on Adrian with that word.
Yeah, I was trying not to go there.
Sorry.
Yeah, VJ.
But
VJ. I don't know. I was going to say something, but I know that Annie will get mad at me. But it was an Oprah word. Oprah said the word.
I know what you're going to say.
It's a V and a J.
Mm-hmm. On that note, I will say that we will also take the audios from the show and put it on the radio as well. So they're going to get plenty of exposure to that.
okay, so you're gonna get both. You're gonna play music, a la radio,
Mm-hmm.
and then break for different videos to sprinkle in.
Yep.
And you're gonna add interviews.
Yep.
That's kickbahookie.
Yep.
That's really cool.
So it's gonna be pretty awesome to finally get it all together when it's done. But yeah, that's the overall goal. And I do have an artist who will be at least one that I know of right now. We're just again working on dates because of COVID and other stuff, but will be live in the studios with me.
With you. So he's local. He's local.
Yep. A couple of local guys we're working on getting into the studios, and we'll actually be interviewing them live.
Are you gonna? Can I do a spoiler alert? Are you gonna get one of my favorite dudes in? One of my favorite.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I haven't contacted him yet. I want to.
You have to.
I know. Well, actually, the reason I didn't is I noticed he recently posted that he is back in the music circuit. So I wanted him to get kind of a little reestablished.
Yeah, I want to say an arm injury or something.
Yeah, I saw that. He had to have a surgery or something.
Yeah. I remember he had right after he was on my show. In fact, I kind of blame myself. It's amazing how many people get sick or injured after they do my show.
Yeah. Well, after we're done here, I'm going to go run to the restroom. Wait, is that right?
Do not. Renee's already giggling. She's already giggling. She's no, Austin Forrest. You got to get Austin Forrest.
Yes, Austin Forrest is a very awesome guy. I've been out to lunch with him a few times.
I love him. I love that guy so much.
If you've never seen him perform live, that is an awesome event to watch.
He is just so down to earth. He's one of the funniest guys. You know, I mean, like I said, I've done comedy for a long time, so I can be a real bastard when it comes to laughing at somebody. I just go, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, because I've heard it all. Austin will slay me. He just is a good old boy, just funny as heck.
Yeah, he's not a Michael Winslow, but he is a one-man band.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And ladies, he's freaking man pretty.
He's man pretty.
He is.
Oh, you guys haven't seen him?
He's one of these guys.
Oh.
Austin's on my page, I think.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that if we're anywhere ever together, you sit over there because you're destroying this here, man. You're just destroying it. He's one of those just perfect, gorgeous freaking guys that there is no reason to be created.
I want to see what he looks like.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I just didn't want to give you the hospital pictures, okay?
No, I don't want to see anybody sick.
I'm sure you'd love to see him in a gown, but yeah. Anyway, so this is a very recent picture. Actually, this was 5 days ago.
And what you're not seeing is his forearms are as big as my thighs. Pure muscle.
This guy works out. He really does.
He can take a walnut. Yeah. He can take a walnut and put it in the crook of his arm and just go.
Yeah,
so,
he works out.
He is missing a couple fingers, as you see here. So he's not perfect. He is missing a couple fingers.
Well, let me see if I can find one of his performances. I'm going to skip some of that. That's why I turned that off because, yeah.
But Austin is a good guy. It's kind of funny because obviously, as I don't consider you like my brother station or my sister station. I consider us like sister wives.
I don't know whether I should freak out about that or.
TMV Cafe is my sister wife to the Funky Warrior Pig.
Okay. Okay.
But we share a lot of, especially the musical talent, and TMV Cafe being the indie highlight place. Yeah, look at this buff bastard. Look at this. Look at the forearm. Look at the freaking chest muscles. I hate him. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, this
I
was.
hate him.
last year's posts.
That's about a year before he lost the fingers. That's when he lost the leg.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
geez.
lots of the leg. There you go.
Look at that beefcake.
He really
Freaking
is a
beefcake.
one-man
It's amazing that jeans can contain him.
band. Yeah. My sisters actually met him too.
See? Yeah.
So who's making comments from Facebook. But yeah, I mean, Austin he's an amazing guy.
Yeah, he's
He would be he would crack you up laughing as more than anything.
yeah, because it's bad enough that he's built beyond all human. I mean, he's the perfect. If you took an Etch-a-Sketch and sketched out the perfect dude,
Right.
he would have every level of buffitude you need. You know, and he's handsome to go with. Some guys are all beefy, but they look like a dork. You know, he's handsome. He's got the cool hair. He's got look at him. That's
not Austin Forrest.
There's a reason why he has his guitar there. That's all I'm going to say.
That's not Austin Forrest, my friend. That is Jeffrey Charles, who we played last week. And
EW, that's you.
No,
You're not full of. I've recognized the hat. That's you.
I wish, but
That's EW. Everybody, he's being too shy. That's EW.
That is the one artist of the year that never picked up his award. So he will be one of the people we'll have live in the studios, coming here live and actually giving you some pretty cool performance. The man was Air Force, and you know, it's funny as a lot of these guys know each other.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing so. It's you know, you travel in the same circles and stuff. It's you know who I lost contact with her. But it was somebody that you had highlighted on TMV Cafe for quite a while, and we had her on the Funky Werepig. Young lady, very talented, very cool, named Charlie, spelled with an I. She was like one of the top played people on TMV Cafe for a while. This would have been about a year ago or so, and we had her as the musical guest, and I wanted to get her also for an interview, but we didn't have time, so we just played the song. But I wanted to have her on the show because she was French. She moved to LA, started cutting albums, and she's French.
Oh, Charlie D'Amelio.
I'm going to take your word for it. I'm
Yes,
going to go with you
I
on
know.
that.
Yes,
I'm going to
yes,
hit the
yes,
buzzer.
yes.
Yes, that's the answer.
That's her. Yeah. Oh my God, this woman has an amazing voice.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
very cool. And I'm not very much into. I'm not knowledgeable about the modern songs and whatever. My musical knowledge stopped at about 1985.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm paying the price because I only have 3 radio stations in this stupid town, and all 3 only play Aerosmith, Billy Joel, or Queen.
Wait, you
That's
missed
all
one.
they play.
No. They play one other artist.
They play Def Lizard.
I was talking about Justin Bieber.
No, not here. Not here. Not
Well,
here.
You're lucky. It's the non-Canadian invasion, man.
No, not here. It's Aerosmith, Queen, or Billy Joel. And whoever polled the people to get those answers, I just don't know any. I mean, they're all Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. They're great.
Yeah.
They get their due. They're amazing artists. But when you just keep hearing only the good die young, it's like, well, when's that gonna happen? They go for a commercial break, come back and play it again.
Yeah, well, that's because it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Yeah.
And we've already lost all the good.
So for me, I love the indie music because it's refreshing. I love hearing people that aren't those same 3 people on the same 3 stations that I have. So I don't know a lot about what's going on with the modern stuff. Charlie, I think, is more of the modern type stuff, but so cool and very talented. And then I wanted to have her because I had 3 years of French 1, and I thought that'd be cool if I could interview her and if I spoke French trying to interview her, much like talking to Adrian about you know.
Yeah, trying to get her still seems to be one of the hardest things to do right now. I would love to go back and get one of the other artists that I've interviewed in the past. Let's see, do I have her CD here? I do, but it's not in that stack. Hold on.
On the French stuff, if you listen to the orb thing, I mean, everyone was watching the orb, but I was actually speaking French. Like I was a French guy looking for the orb, and that was real French I was speaking.
Yeah, I wanted to know what you were saying.
I say, mon Dieu, which is my God, I think. Sacre bleu. All the usuals.
Right.
I think I say, when I'm really shocked, I say, 18 pamplemousses dans la plage, which is, there are 18 grapefruit on the beach.
That was the other one. Yeah, 18 grapefruit. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I only know a couple from French one.
You know,
Écoutez et répétez.
it's funny. You could get cursed out in French by a French person, and it sounds so romantic, so amazing. You're just like, oh, yes. You know, oh, that is so awesome.
Was it? J'habite en la Corbeille.
Yeah.
You know, you live in a trash can.
But it sounds so cool. You're like, please tell me more.
It's mostly sounds romantic. If you don't even say it, if you just kind of, you know, j'habite en la Corbeille.
So I got a couple that I'm working on lining up for video interviews. This is the one I want to bring back seriously, but for a video interview, because I can then play one of her most famous videos, and that's Jessica Rae. Now, Jessica Rae did the very famous song 24-Hour Church in Memphis. And not too long after she did that song, I interviewed her on the radio, and then she got signed. So,
see, this is the difference between you and I. When you interview people and you have them on your show, it opens doors. They get signed. They get movie deals. They get all kinds of. They meet interesting people that move their career. When people come on my show, they get injured and get sick.
Now, that's not 100% true, because if you remember, we did that with another individual who kindly just decided not to give us a problem with, saying that he had a connection problem. He just freaking hung up.
And what happened to his show shortly after?
It didn't survive. I saw that.
No, it did not.
No.
You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
His show, he was the producer of the show, the executive producer.
Yeah.
And the show went real quick.
And it was popular for a while. It was one of those popular ghost shows where they go to different places and talk to the people about the different most haunted places kind of thing. And he came on the show, and he was a bit attitudinal.
But I got an artist for you. Greg, you need to look for this artist. I'll get as much information as I can for you.
Sunday Wild?
Yeah, she's one of the women in blues.
Okay. I recognize the name. You know who I just had on the news show that just dropped this weekend?
Michelle?
No. Though we always pay homage to Michelle. It's fun to. She's my BFF. She just doesn't know it yet.
She's amazing.
But she's getting there. She'll figure it out one day that we are like the best friends ever. I just got there before her. I have one of my, I discovered this woman in her band about a year ago and just fell in love. Absolutely. I've gone crazy over her. I have all of her CDs. And she's been doing this for like 20 years, and she's finally getting some notoriety. Misty Blues Band. You got to look them up. The lead singer, Gina, is our guest on this show for this month. So fun. She's so cool. And her story is amazing. But then she has just these songs that are just, they're so cool. They're blues. I like more of the rhythm and blues and the, more of the jazzy stuff. She nails it. And her band, every one of the damn band, they're classic kind of blues stuff where Gina will start singing. She'll sing a verse, and then they'll go around, and everybody plays their instrument for a few minutes. Just gets to riff. So the keyboard player, he gets to do a bit. The trumpet player gets to play for a bit. The saxophone player comes in. And they're all like the best of the best. So yeah, you got to get Misty Blues. I'll tell Gina, and
definitely.
But she's amazing. And if you get the chance, we drop it at the end of this month, so it really counts for next month. So it's our May show. So it's a big tribute to moms. We celebrate moms in the show for Mother's Day.
I have to mention that, we talked about Pam and why she left early.
Is she okay? Is everything cool?
I don't know. I hope to find out. But apparently a destructive tornado hit Andover, Kansas. And the reports are coming in from 12 minutes ago. Wow. So we'll find
Renee,
out.
what's happening there?
What was that?
Renee, what's happening there? What's happening in Kansas?
Where is Andover located?
You would ask me that.
Over there.
Yeah, in Kansas. It is not that far from Wichita, Kansas. Probably. I want to see where Pam's at because I know where that she's in El Dorado. Oh God, it was very close to Pam. It still has a severe storm warning over it right now. Tornado warnings up near El Dorado and what looks to be near Reese, Kansas, north of Beaumont. So these are actual live reports coming in right now.
I'm seeing people like running around. I'm seeing a lot of darkness.
I bet.
I can't remember where my sister-in-law lives.
Well, it's enough to get people to want to go and check on loved ones in the area. I will send a text
I'll
out
see a
to
couple
them.
of fires. A couple of fires right now. I can't tell exactly what they are, but I am seeing a couple of fires.
So real quick, we'll go into that. We're going to bring this up. You're going to get to see one of my wonderful sources of checking weather radars.
I can see my house from here.
Okay, you see all that flashing?
Yeah.
That is live
Lightning
strikes.
storms.
Yeah, those are live lightning strikes. So Pam currently is
What
in
page
El
is that
Dorado.
on? Send me that link.
That's windy.com.
Windy?
Windy.com, yeah. So here is Andover. You can see Wichita. Here is Andover. So what we know from Reed Timmer, who's with God, I forgot the name of the weather channel he's with. We'll post a link to this afterwards so I don't get in trouble.
Good God.
That is the tornado that they did get.
Looks like two of them.
Now, this guy is one of those extreme storm chasers. He's actually driven a vehicle inside a tornado. So they are, if you want to
the one that
know.
hit in Andover not long ago?
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah, 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, I guess it still would be kind of light out there, wouldn't it?
Little bit. Because we still technically have a little bit of light. Whoa, I just saw that lightning strike. Look at this is how destructive tornadoes are. Now this is probably an F1.
Watch your language.
Well, it's measured on the Fujita scale. So
what did I just say?
An F5 is considered the hand of God or finger of God.
Okay. All right. So one is the lowest and it goes up. The higher the number, the worse it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can see with the destruction. I'm going to take it back a little bit here because they were showing something really good for you to notice. All this
Is it
debris.
cow?
No, all this debris is getting thrown around, but I can't stop it there. All this debris is boards and everything that it just tore up, and it's thrown it around. I've heard stories where straw has been thrown into brick and held into it. So as we can see, even like this is Google Maps. As I zoom in to this, it's giving current warnings, which there we go. So you can see tornado warnings already popping up. This is just Google Maps that's popping up. But this is the current weather, the severity of what's going on. What you do look at, and some of these is for hook cells, which I could probably see that just popped up and updated. So there might be a hook cell starting to form there. So there could be another tornado starting to form near Hayesville.
Well, I think my sister-in-law lives, and I can never pronounce it, Olathe. It's Olthe.
Okay, I see Osage. Ottawa.
Is this traveling northeast or is it traveling east?
Okay, let me zoom it out so you can get a better view of this. So here's the United States right now, and this is current radar in its track. So well, it looks like there's probably a low pressure system right here. So because you get that counterclockwise spin. And it is not a fast moving storm, so it's hard to tell you.
My aunt and uncle live in Overland Park, which is just outside.
That's it, Overland Park.
City.
That's it,
Well,
Renee.
That's it.
Overland Park.
You familiar with where Overland is?
It's just outside of Kansas City.
Outside of Kansas City, so they could be, depending on where exactly that area is. All right.
Because there's Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, and they are just outside of like Overland Park is sort of like to the west of Kansas City, Kansas.
Is it showing that it's moving towards it?
Yeah, it's moving towards it.
Oh, no. Because my other sister-in-law lives over the border in Missouri.
Right. Well, what we're looking at is probably this whole system is pulling together to create that train. And so it's going to build strength because it's feeding off of this line right here. So you can see it already starting to unite. So it's going to build some strength. Is it producing that? Let us find out. Okay, where are my current warnings? God. Yeah, I'm not seeing where my warnings are. I know there's one that shows me the current warnings, and at this point, I would definitely say they have a severe thunderstorm warning, if anything. Right now, because it's lightening up in color, telling me that it's not as intense. See, the darker the red, the more height that storm cell has, which will produce more damage and more rain and thunder and lightning, all that wonderful stuff. But so we're going to bring it to real time, and you're going to see all the current lightning strikes. All right. So the idea here is, yeah, they're definitely getting storms, lightning and thunder, but the intensity right now, it's really hard for me to tell how intense that's going to be by the time it gets there. I could go to a future cast, but even at this point, by the time it's got to this point, all the strength seems to be calming down. So I would almost say just more of a really rumbly night, potential hail, but maybe if there is any hail, it could be as simple as pea-size hail, nothing outrageous, because like I said, it's calming down. But if we go down back towards Wichita and El Dorado, they're still dealing with some pretty severe storms. So, yeah. I mean, again, we can even go to the satellite view, and you can see this is a rather big cell. You see how massive it is?
Yep.
So, that is one of those situations where, yeah, if you have a place to be safe or to take cover, you really need to do that if you're in that area. And that, thank God, is one of the reasons Pam left when she did, because they were warned early enough to take cover.
We don't have anything. I mean, we have, AccuWeather or the Weather Channel, or we'll have a bug or something on the TV screen, but we actually don't have a tornado warning siren here.
Well, if you commonly are in a tornado zone, they would have early warning things like the sirens. So commonly the best thing to do is look at where Tornado Alley is, and I guarantee you, Tornado Alley, all that area has those warnings.
Oh yeah.
But San Antonio is technically not Tornado Alley, but we've had tornadoes.
Well, we've had them here too in Maryland, but they're usually mostly on the eastern shore because it's so flat.
Right. What's interesting for you guys, though, you suffer something worse. You get more nor'easterns, and nor'easterns drive some of the weathermen crazy, because it's harder to predict exactly what's going to happen, because one, they know they're going to get the snow effect because of the water, but what else is coming with that puppy? I have no idea.
Sea monsters.
Yeah, exactly. As far as Godzilla's coming up out of the water and wants to go two-stepping with
Piranhacondas.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw a documentary of that one time on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh my God, dude. I saw something the other day, cracked me up. It was like something about evil monkeys or something. I can't remember. Almost, it wasn't devil monkeys, but it was like evil monkeys, and it was a documentary. I was like, did Greg have a hand in this?
I wish. I wish. Devil monkeys are.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting. It does show some storm cells near San Antonio, or kind of going over San Antonio, but as far as I know, we don't have no rain.
Well, we're supposed to get it Tuesday, storms.
Well, they told us we might hear a rumble of storms overnight.
Yeah, but
yeah,
if you're in line with me, Greg, Tuesday might be stormy.
I don't count any weathercast more than 48 hours out, because they'll change it 72 times before you get there.
Well, we're always severe storm warning, blah blah blah. Owings Mills. Whoops, I said where I live. Anyway, I live in Owings Mills, Maryland. Okay, it just goes right over us. It's like we lived in a bubble or something. It's like we don't even get any decent. I like a good thunderstorm every now and then.
Yeah, but they'll do the thing. They're famous here, especially when winter hits. They're famous here for saying that, and then Tuesday, like if it's Friday, they'll say Tuesday expect 92 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And then everyone starts panicking. And then by Monday, they go, that's coming up the next Thursday. You go, okay. You know,
No kidding.
Yep.
it's like a Christmas. They just keep moving back.
Well, as of right now, Overland and Kansas City do not have any warnings up, but more than likely the weather services will probably post a severe thunderstorm warning sometime
Okay,
soon.
good.
But otherwise,
I'm
no.
glad that they moved until
Mhm.
Renee said Overland Park.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really interesting because when I was in Kansas, they build excuse me, they have like man-built, I call them little ant hills. And I can remember because it was like, what are these little humps all over the place? And they're literally built for if there is a tornado threat
Shelter.
or anything. These little humps, they look like overgrown pitcher's mounds.
Yeah, it's the shelters. Yeah.
But they're supposed to help to like divert, I guess, the
Like they
tornado.
trip it.
The speed bump?
Kind of
Yes.
like a speed bump.
Speed bump for tornadoes. Like,
But they're like these little man-made hills, but they look like, just like I said, like an overgrown pitcher's mound. It's really
Mhm.
interesting. I was like, that's a hill. It's like, and
Yeah.
they're like, we're from New York too, and yeah, that's
Yeah, it's because what it is the way they figure that tornadoes get a lot of more momentum on a flat surface than on a multiple variation surface. So it kind of like Greg says, speed bumps for tornadoes. It slows.
she said it. She said it. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Annie's-
Like Annie
I
said.
stole that from Annie.
Yeah. Well, the way y'all are combined, so linked today, it's just kind of hard to,
No, we get snow. We get lots of snow sometimes.
We get snow. We get
Hurricanes.
hurricanes. We get excessive humid heat.
Yes, humid heat.
And we get that all on the same day.
yeah.
Did you remember? Oh gosh, how many years ago? It was about 9
7.
years ago. I know Tuesday we had that earthquake. And I was at work at the time when we had the earthquake. And then that Saturday we had a hurricane.
We were in Florida when that hit, and we were on our way back, and we got news that an earthquake, which never happens, hit Maryland.
They do. I mean, little ones.
Ask California how intimidating our earthquakes are.
Yeah, right.
really. But I mean, one time I was in the bathroom and our apartment was on the ground floor.
Renee's here.
It wasn't Renee. She wouldn't do that. And I felt something go boop boop. I was like, "What the hell was that?" And then
What'd you
later
have
on
for
the
dinner?
afternoon, we had that. Little one. But when I was at work, I was on the phone with somebody, and I had my glass of water there, and it was like Jurassic Park. With that thing when Jeff Goldblum's in the Jeep and the
ripples are going. Yeah.
in the glass, and it started going swoosh, swoosh, and everything started shaking, and I just ducked under my desk. I didn't know what else to do.
We were on our way. Yeah, we were on our way back, and we heard about the earthquake, and we were like, "Hell with that!" So we stopped in Carolina, I think, and just got a hotel room. And we're like, "Okay, let's head on back now." Earthquake, whatever. And then the hurricane hit, and we're like, "No." So we went up.
That was a crazy week.
By the time that week was over, we extended our vacation for a week. We're like, we're not coming back until you guys get your in
Shit,
order.
really, it was just the crazy.
We're not coming back.
No.
Hey, Renee,
Yes.
I just wrote you a message
You
on my
did.
notepad. and I'm not going to hold it up so you can see it, but I'll read it to you, and
Okay.
then that way you can like see it in your mind. Ready?
Okay.
It says Renee is groovy, and then it's an exclamation point, but the little dot at the bottom of the exclamation point is a heart.
Aw, well, thank
So
you.
there you go. There you go. Wait, I'll hold it up so you can see it, but you don't need to do that because you're psychic. So
He wants you to quit messing with the toilet paper.
I'm going to draw the correct
Well, you're
way.
my favorite comedian, so you're like my brother from another mother. My older brother.
Older.
Just saying.
There, I've drawn the correct way to put toilet paper. And I'm going to hang that up over the roll of toilet paper so
You are.
Satan knows.
So can I be like a cat and just play with it and like unravel it? I
Get
can't
out
do
of my
that
bathroom.
even.
I mean,
You're
it in a
really
nice
trying to
way.
kiss
Get out
ass
of my
right
bathroom.
now, aren't you?
Get out of my bathroom.
Honey, let me tell you, they don't just watch you in the bathroom. They watch you when you sleep and when you do other things in the bedroom.
I don't mind if they watch me when I'm sleeping because I don't know it.
And when you do other
'Cause I'm
things in the
sleeping.
bedroom. And when you do other things in the bedroom. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then I'm not going to do those things anymore.
You know,
I'm
he
just
has
saying,
it-
it's all about setting boundaries. Setting
Renee,
boundaries.
do you know he has not sat down in a bathroom in 12 years now?
You know
I
what?
have a favorite
Don't let
tree
him go
outside, and
there.
I'm not going to tell you where it is.
Because he likes the Walmart bathrooms and he likes people who yell cricket when he's in the bathroom. So-
Oh, there's a story you have to figure out.
Cricket. Cricket. Ugh.
I still don't know what that is. That's
No.
that's an unsolved mystery.
You
That's
talk about me traumatizing you. When you got some old man going in the stall next to you yelling cricket every time.
I
he's
don't have
pissing.
verification. It was an old man.
Well, he was
I
pissing
saw
through
his
your frickin' little
shoes.
splat
I saw his shoes
in his eyeball.
when he was standing outside the door, and I said, "This stall is being used." And he stepped away from the door, but then he like leaned over so he could look in the crack.
Oh, good Lord.
So I'm like, and I looked and I was like, I can still see you. You're right there. Go away. So there's like 4 stalls, and he picks the one right next to me. I was waiting for him to slide on the floor underneath.
He's underneath.
Hi.
Can
But
you
why do
spare
people
a
do that?
square?
You ever notice that? Is it a security issue? That people, you can have one person in the bathroom, you can have 6 stalls, and they have to pick the stall right next to you.
Right next to
Like right next to you. What is
It's-
that?
It's like in a parking lot out
Nothing
here.
good happens in the freaking bathroom.
No,
When you're
that's
in a
true.
public restroom, nothing good. Well,
They wrote that
Right,
song
right.
about me. I can't. I got to dispute it a little bit. They wrote that one song about me. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. So
Really?
But
sometimes,
why do people
sometimes
do that? Why does they do that?
It's-
Why?
it's like the
You know,
same
why
theory.
Why would you want people to hear you pee and poop?
You can do both at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Some people can.
It's called multitasking.
No, I.
Have a couple of children and then
That's
they're
Boy
aging, we'll
Child
let you know.
2.0.
Yeah, but it just fits with your little comment. He's
Yeah,
licking
that's-
saws.
That literally, that is from our skit. Speaking of this very thing, Renee, that's from a skit we did to open the season.
Nice.
And we were trying to do like how people do the Masked Singer
Yeah.
and all those kind of things where you got to guess the celebrity. We did one where you sit in a bathroom stall and you have to guess who's in the stall next to you, and it's called Celebrity Shitter. And they give you clues,
Oh.
and you got to go. Is that Tucker Carlson? And you have to guess who's in the stall next to you.
Nice.
It's a game show we did.
That playing in a public restroom. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I have
exactly.
connections.
So, real quick, just as a reminder, make sure you guys go and check out the Funky Were Pig on YouTube. And see, I got it right this time. And, and make sure you put Facebook in the comments to the most recent show.
I'll tell you what. Because people will do that because they listen to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, put Facebook in the if you put MySpace. If you put MySpace, you might get a piggy prize.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Okay. Yeah, put MySpace in there. Let's see what prizes you can win from this. And
We'll mail you out a piggy prize.
there you go. But
Maybe.
I do want to say we've been here for 2 hours, so let's call it a night.
He's got to go wee wee all the way home.
Already did.
He did. But I know Miss Annie, I can see her already. That face has begun. She's
Annie,
Oh, yeah.
how was your research? I missed you last week.
Oh,
You were out on assignment.
I know. I looked it up, but I didn't think it was much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's some kids who were just goofing.
We'll have to find out. We'll have to find
I
out.
looked it up. I read all that stuff, and I still think those kids were just goofing.
Well, I think
My
Greg,
opinion, only my opinion.
yeah, but I think Greg is one of the ones that's heard of this too, though. The Dover Demon. Have you heard of this one?
I think so.
Real long fingers and melon-shaped heads and gray mottled skin and some
Okay.
skills.
Okay, so you're describing ZZ.
I was gonna say I was just on a show, I was just on a show with him.
No, he's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart, but that's what he looks like.
No, he doesn't.
He's a zombie, you know.
Yep. So
I know.
on that note, folks, you guys have a wonderful evening, great weekend, and don't forget, believe it or not, Monday is World Laughter Day. So find a reason to laugh while he frowns. Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.